Namaste everyone, welcome back to Pramati Ayurveda. Myself, Dr. Vishwanath. In the previous session, we have discussed the chapter number 11 and chapter number 12. Now, we shall continue to the chapter number 1. The first chapter of the Astanga Hridaya is Ayushkamiya Adhyaya. The name of the chapter is Ayushkamiya Adhyaya. We will go on to the proper chapter Ayushkamiya Adhyaya. Before starting auspicious things or before starting an auspicious event, what we will do? Usually we will pray the God. We will pray the God so that there will not be any distractions or disturbances to complete our work. So in the same way, the Samhita starts with the prayer. There is a prayer which is mentioned in the first shloka. I quote shloka number 1. Ragadi rogan satatanushaktan asheshakaya prasrutana sheshan autsukya moha ratidancha ghana yo purva vaidyaya namostu tasmai. I am going to bow to the, or I will be bowing my head to the Vaidya, or that Apurva Vaidya, who is helping me to overcome the diseases. The Ragadi Rogan, Raga is a passion or desire, etc. diseases are treated by him, which are going to cause the Autsukya, Moha and Arati. The Ragadi Rogas are going to cause Autsukya, meaning anxiety, and Moha. Moha is delusion, and Arati. Arati is restlessness or lack of interest. So these are the outcomes that are produced due to the different kinds of diseases, and so I am bowing to the Vaidya who is going to treat these diseases and who will help me study better. Because when you are having the Autsukya, that is anxiety or delusion or the lack of interest, then you will not be able to understand or you will not be able to grasp the ideas. So there is a prayer that first remove the factors which are in the form of hurdles to my learning process. So this is the understanding given in first shloka. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 2. अथाद आयुष्कामीयम् अध्यायं व्याख्यास्यामः इतिः स्माहो आत्रेयादयो महर्षयः. So this is the introduction about the chapter. The first chapter is going to be understood by name Ayushkamiya Adhyaya, meaning the desire for long life. Kamiya is desire. Kamiya is desire, and Ayush is life or a long life or a long life span. So Ayushkamiya Adhyaya is the name of the chapter. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 2, I quote, Ayuhu kamayamanena dharmartha sukha sadhanam ayurvedopadesheshu vidheyah paramadaraha. Meaning the person who is having a desire for the long life span, that is Ayu Kamaya. So, and also who is having a desire or who is having the purpose of attaining dharma, artha and sukha. So such a person has to follow the Ayurveda Upadesha Vidheyaha. He has to follow the Upadesha or the teachings of the Ayurveda Upadesha Vidheyaha. Upadesha or the teachings of the Ayurveda should be followed, or they should have a faith in the teachings of the Ayurveda or the principles of Ayurveda. And also there is a word mentioned here as Paramadaraha. There is a beautiful understanding given in the Tika, in the Arunadatta Tika. He has mentioned Patha Avabodha Anusthana. He has mentioned the meaning of Paramadaraha is you have to learn the textbook, that is Patha, or listen to the teachings of the Ayurveda Acharyas, and Avabodha and Anusthana. You have to bring them into the practice. These are the aspects mentioned for Paramadaraha. So it is very important that you first learn the principles of Ayurveda, then you are going to apply to yourself and also apply the principles of treatment for the patients. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 3. Shloka number 3 is explaining the Ayurveda Avatarana. That means origin of Ayurveda, or how the Ayurveda is originated and propagated in the successive way from one generation to the other generation. So I quote shloka number 3. Brahma smrutvayusho vedam prajapati majigrahat so ashvinau tau sahasraksham so atriputradi kanmunin. Meaning the first it is explained as Brahma smrutvayusho. So Brahma made a remembrance, or he made a recall of the Ayurveda Shastra, and he taught it to the Prajapati Majigrahat. He taught it to the Prajapati, and then Prajapati taught it to the he quoted as Ashvinau, the Ashwini Devatas or the Ashwina twins. The Prajapati taught it to the Ashwina twins, and in turn they taught it to the Sahasraksha. Sahasraksha is the name of the Indra. Ashwini Devatas taught the Ayurveda to the Sahasraksha, that is Indra, and in turn Indra taught the Ayurveda to the Atriputra. It is quoted as Atriputra. Atri is a Acharya, and his putra is Atreya Punarvasu. Then Atreya Rishi or Punarvasu Atreya taught the Ayurveda to the Agnivesha. In the Charaka Samhita first chapter by name Dirganjivitiya Adhyaya, the chapter is also explaining the Ayurveda Avatarana, wherein there is a detailed description about Ayurveda Avatarana. The same concept has been also mentioned here. The Charaka Samhita or the Charaka Sampradaya is also followed by the Astanga Hridaya here. The Sampradaya or the Charaka Sampradaya or the teachings of the Charakas are being also incorporated into the Astanga Hridaya. So after Agnivesha, it is quoted as Agnivesha Adikan. So the Atreya Punarvasu taught the Ayurveda to the six of the disciples. They are starting from the Agnivesha, etc. The 6 disciples are named in the Charaka Samhita, or they are Agnivesha, Bhela, Jatukarna, Parashara, Harita and Ksharapani. I repeat the 6 colleagues. The Agnivesha and his colleagues who wrote the different Samhitas are, the name of them is Agnivesha, Bhela, Jatukarna, Parashara, Harita and Ksharapani. These are the 6 colleagues who has written the 6 different Samhitas. Like the Agnivesha, he named his Samhita as Agnivesha Samhita, and Bhela named his composed Samhita as Bhela Samhita, and like this Harita named his textbook or his Samhita as Harita Samhita. Like this they have named their textbook with their name. Okay, moving to the next shloka number 4. I quote shloka number 4. Tebhyo ati viprakirinebhyah prayah saratara uchayah kriyate ashtanga hridayam nati sankshepa vistaram. The description of the shlokas in the Ashtanga Hridaya is being done in such a way that they are not very difficult to understand and they are also not very easy. So it is explained as Nati Sankshepa. That means they are not either explained in a concise manner or Vistara. They are not either explained in a too elaborative way. So they have explained in such a way that the essence of the Ayurveda is being preserved. Saratarochayaha. So they have made every attempt to bring the essence of the Ayurveda to the normal human beings who are having the very less intelligence power. Moving to the next shloka number 5. I quote Kaya Bala Graha Urdhvanga Shalya Damstra Jaravrushan Ashtavangani Tasyahu Chikitsa Yeshu Samshrita. Here the shloka is explaining the 8 branches of the Ayurveda or 8 specializations of the Ayurveda. Ayurveda is being also explained as Ashtanga Ayurveda. Ashtanga Ayurveda means Ashta is 8 and Anga is the branches and Ayurveda. In Ayurveda there are 8 specializations. The 8 specializations are being explained here as Kaya, Bala, Graha, Urdhvanga, Shalya, Damshra, Jara, Vrushan. I insist everyone to by heart the first chapter. You by heart all the shlokas of the first chapter because these are the very basic principles of the Ayurveda. So the Ayurveda Ashtanga Hridaya, the sutra sthana is having the core principles of the Ayurveda. In that the first chapter is having the core principles of Ayurveda. So like this we can imagine Ashtanga Hridaya sutra sthana is itself the the very essence of Ayurveda. In that, the first chapter is carrying the very beautiful meaning or very beautiful essence or the beautiful concepts of the whole Ayurveda. That means the Ayurveda itself is present in the first chapter. So I insist you to by heart the first chapter in a full way. You by heart all the shlokas from the first chapter. In Charaka Samhita also, the Ashtanga Ayurveda or the 8 branches of the Ayurveda are being explained. In the previous session, wherein we have discussed the Ashtangas of Ayurveda, wherein the syllabus point is Ashta Prashna. There is also a podcast by name or with the heading of Ashta Prashna. You can go through that and you will get to know what are the different 8 branches that are being explained by the Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita has also explained the 8 branches, but the name used by the Charaka Samhita is somewhat different. So you can go through either the podcast by name or with the heading Ashta Prashna, or you can go through the Charaka Samhita. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 6. I quote shloka number 6. Vayuhu pittam kafascheti trayo doshaha samasataha vikruta deham gnantite vartayanti cha. The shloka is explaining the description about the 3 doshas, trayo dosha or the 3 doshas. But for now you just remember, you don't make any understanding of the doshas. You just remember dosha as dosha itself. Some people say dosha as humors, dosha as the something, etc. Different understanding will be given. So what I insist is you just learn the word dosha as dosha itself, because the dosha is having a different understanding with reference to the different context. If you go to the different context or different chapter, there will be a different understanding of the dosha. Dosha is understood as a normal functions, that is a physiological understanding. It is also explained as a pathological understanding. It is also explained as a pathological diagnosis, or it is also explained as a prognostic understanding. Like this, there are very different understanding of the word dosha. So in the present context, you understand just dosha as dosha itself. Here it is explained as dosha is explained as the factor which is responsible for the gnanti, deham gnanti. That means gnanti is destruction. Gnanti is destruction, and the destruction of the body is being caused by the 3 doshas. And also vartayanti, that means the supporting or the sustenance or the maintenance, the supporting or the supporting structures or the sustaining factors or the maintenance factors of the body is also the dosha. In the vikruta avastha, it is going to do the destruction, and in the avikruta avastha, that is the in a prakruta avastha, that is going to do the vartana or vartayanti, that is the supporting or the maintenance or the sustenance of the body is being done by the 3 doshas. Moving to the next shloka, shloka number 7. I quote shloka number 7. Te vyapino api rut nabhi uro adho madhya urdhva samshrayaha. So the shloka here is simple, that the distribution of the doshas, 3 doshas are being explained here. The distribution or the how the functions or anatomical understanding or the physiological understanding of the dosha is being explained in the human body is being represented as the 3 sections. They have made 3 sections or the 3 parts of the body. How they have made? They have considered reference points of Hridaya, Nabhi and Ura. Hridaya, Nabhi and Ura. Above the Hridaya there is Kapha, and between Hridaya and Nabhi there is Pitta, and below the Nabhi there is Vatha. This is the Samshraya or the region of the presence of the 3 doshas. The region of the presence of the 3 doshas is being explained with reference to the 3 points. They are explained as Hridaya, Nabhi and Ura. Ura is a chest region, and Nabhi is umbilicus, and Hridaya is the region corresponding to the heart. This is explained as the Samshraya, the location. Moving to the next shloka, continuing the shloka number 7. Vayo aho ratri bhuktanam te anta madhya adigaha kramat. So the predominant physical activity or the physiological activity of the 3 doshas, or there can also be a pathological activity of the 3 doshas, is explained with reference to the time, or the time here is explained as different stages in the Vaya, that is life, different stages of the life, and different stages of the Aho, that is daytime, and different stages of the Ratri, that is night time, and different stages of the Bhuktanam, it is the process of digestion of the food. So the understanding here, it is simple. In the Anta, Madhya, Adi, the first stage is Adi, middle stage is Madhya, and Anta is last stage. Okay, in the last stage, that is Anta of the Vayas, in the last stage of the life, there will be predominance of Vata dosha. In the Madhya of Vaya, in the middle stage of the lifespan, there will be predominance of Pitta dosha, and in the Adi, that is the beginning stage of the life, that is Vaya, will be Kapha dosha pradhanyata. Like this, it is mentioned for the Aho, Ratri, and Bhukta. The four factors, or the four understanding is being given here with the predominance of the doshas. You can make a chart here, or it is very easy to understand. You can you can by heart this shloka. This is very easy to understand. Anyway, you are supposed to by heart the full first chapter. You have to by heart the full first chapter. The full first chapter will be on the tip of your tongue. This is a must. This is a very basic understanding, and it is very must topic. It is very must to understand topic or the chapter of the Ayurveda. Like this, there is also understanding of the Agni. It is being explained as, I go to next shloka number 8. I quote, Tairba Vaid Vishamastikshno Mandaha Cha Agni Samaihi Samaha. So the different types of Agni are being explained here. They are explained with the aspect of relation to the doshas. They are explained as Vishamagni, Tair Bhavet. Because of them, there will be the presence or the manifestation of the Agni, or the digestive fire that is responsible for the digestion of foods whichever the person eats. They have explained as Vishamagni. Vishamagni is one such type of the Agni. It is being produced due to the predominance of the Vata. Vishamagni is Vata, and Tishnagni is due to Pitta, and Mandagni is due to the Kapha. And also Sama Agni is explained as the involvement of the all the three doshas in a equilibrium way. In a Samaihi Samaha, the Sama is the equal part of the all the three doshas is being involved, and in such a case the Sama Agni is being produced there. So we have completed up to the shloka number 8. We will continue with the shloka number 9 in the next session. We will conclude the session here. We have completed up to shloka number 8. We will continue from the shloka number 9. So I shall conclude. Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varan Nibodhata. Arise, awake, approach the great and learn. Thank you for patient listening. Shubham.